Hi, I'm Peter Travers, and this is Popcorn, where we tell you what's going on at the movies. And the going on right now that I think is major is David Fincher's The Social Network. I think this is actually the movie of the year so far. And two of the stars of this movie, Jesse Eisenberg and Justin Timberlake, will be with us in just a minute. But first, let's take a peek at these two guys together in The Social Network.
No, that was for web credence.
Oh, you know why I started Napster? The girl I loved in high school was with the co-captain of the varsity lacrosse team, and I wanted to take her from him. So I decided to come up with the next big thing.
I didn't know that.
Napster wasn't a failure. I changed the music industry for better and for always. It may not have been good business, but it pissed a lot of people off. And isn't that what your face mash was about? They're scared of me, pal, and they're gonna be scared of you. What the VCs wanted to say, good idea, kid. Grown-ups will take it from here. But not this time. This is our time. This time, you're gonna hand them a business card that says, I'm CEO, bitch. That's what I want for you.
Jesse Eisenberg, Justin Timberlake, welcome to Popcorn.
Thanks a lot.
When did you two start to follow each other on Facebook?
Maybe next year.
Yeah. I think the first of next year
Yep.
we did.
Did you make a deal?
It's our New Year's resolutions.
Only each other, though.
No, we are not on Facebook.
We feel like we disappoint people when we tell them that we're not.
But I think for those that don't know, since you are playing Mark Zuckerberg and you are playing Sean Parker, I think it would be great to start this by each of you saying who these guys are to those people who are on no social networking.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg, created Facebook in his dorm room at Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
He was 19, a sophomore in college, and then dropped out of school to, run the company in Palo Alto, and is now worth $6.9 billion from something he started in his dorm room.
And Sean Parker comes in.
Sure, yeah. Sean Parker is one of the co-founders of Napster, and sort of becomes involved with Facebook, becomes the president for a while of Facebook.
You make it sound so innocent. It sounds like just a story of friendship that developed out of nothing but sweetness.
It is.
When in point of fact, to me, you're like Iago to his Othello in this movie. You glamour him in the language of True Blood. You might as well have been a vampire. And you say to him, whoa, I can do it the right way.
I thought you just referenced Othello and then True Blood. Right.
This is pop culture.
Yeah.
You really do come in there and say, I want to do this. Andrew Garfield is not here to defend himself, but he was here, so I can pretend he's still really there. His character, Eduardo Severin, is somebody who also felt cheated, basically, of his role in Facebook and had to make a lawsuit about this. But you are a little bit like the devil. You sort of come in and say, this could be bigger. $1 million? How about $1 billion?
That is
dazzling him.
That is one of the lines.
That is one of the lines in the film.
Can't deny it.
Yeah, Eduardo, my friend at college, wants to put kind of Mountain Dew ads on, or this is how Mark sees it, that he wants to put Mountain Dew ads on Facebook, and Mark thinks that would, immediately make it uncool and no one would like it and it wouldn't expand. And when I meet Sean says, no, we're not putting advertisements on this yet. This is going to be worth $1 billion. This isn't a cool thing. This is a revolution.
I show up, I think that my character shows up, he's kind of done something that is considered to Jesse's character Mark to be completely cavalier, and I think that in his in his fantasy of himself, and I think he feels like the best version of himself having an idea like this, that he could play it out like that. And I think that starts to when I show up and I say things that literally give validity to what his character has said 20 minutes prior. It's interesting. I've gotten that comment that my character might be the devil. But also I think in the way that you process the performance of it, I don't think anyone feels like they have the wrong idea.
You must really hate the Winklevosses.
I don't hate anybody. The Winklevi aren't suing me for intellectual property theft. They are suing me because for the first time in their lives, things didn't work out the way they were supposed to for them.
Jesse, you never met Mark Zuckerberg, so you haven't been able to commune with him about this or ask him those questions everybody's asking him now. Did you give $100 million to the New Jersey school system because you were worried about bad press from social network? No chance to do that, right? You're just...
I would love to meet him. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a fascinating guy, and I spent the last year thinking about him.
Did you try to?
I did. You know, it was impossible because he's not involved with the movie. I think my best bet is that my cousin will introduce us. My cousin is one of his employees.
Does he know this? Is he aware?
Yeah, so my cousin got a job there 2 weeks before we finished shooting, and at like the first time he met Mark was at a party, I think on the Friday night of the first week he worked there, and Mark came up to him and said, "Your cousin is playing me in a movie, right?" My cousin said, like nervously, "Yes, I think so." And Mark said, "I think that's really cool."
What would be the first thing you would say to him if and when you meet him?
I don't know what I would say. I got to meet my favorite basketball player when I was younger, and I kind of ran down to meet him. This is Muggsy Bogues. I was the same height as him. I've surpassed him. He's 5'3" and can dunk. You know, he's the coolest guy in the world. And I finally got a chance to meet him after, you know, spending 6 years, you know, thinking about what I would say to him and had nothing to say. I imagine the meeting might be something like that.
So Justin, Sean Parker, you did meet?
I did have sort of like a brief passing by with Sean Parker, but it was technically before I was cast in the film.
Also, you weren't Sean Parker's doppelganger when I always like to throw
it
doppelganger.
was
It's a good word.
Yeah.
German.
It is a good word of German origin, I think.
Yeah.
I was walking out of a bar and I heard someone call my name, and I turned around and he introduced himself, and it was speculated, and you know, sort of how the internet seems to work these days. It became speculated, and then I think everyone thought it was a fact that I was in the film, and I had not technically been cast yet. So that was a really awkward moment for me to say, because he said, "You're going to be playing me in the film," and to which I had to retort with, "Well, I don't know," and in my head, all I thought was, "Well, I don't know if I'm good enough of an actor, and I haven't been cast yet." That was really pretty much the extent of our conversation.